How's it going, everyone? How are you doing today? Good? Yeah. Yeah. All right. So my name is Hugh, and I'm the owner of HewmanMade. It's a Calgary-based small business. I'm a woodworker, a leather worker. I do some metal work and textile. I make cute little lamps and all sorts of things. So I thought I'd start off with just, instead of telling you all the things that I do, that maybe I was going to show you a few. And then we're going to get into talking about failure and talking about success, and then play some Jenga. All right, sound good? Hey, from the jump. Oh, good. Oh, I lost my mushroom! $200. It's a key. This. Come on. How about a room like this? So there we go. Hey, yay! So those are a few of the things that I make and a few of the things that I do. And most of those I made within the last year because I wasn't always a woodworker. I actually went to SAIT and I was a technology person. I took computer engineering. And while I was in computer engineering, I had this one course that was called Mathematics for Electronics with Calculus. I mean, how horrible does that sound? Like, not really a fun class. And I did really, really bad in that class. So can anybody guess on the midterm for that class that was worth 20% of my final grade what I got? 5, a little higher. 10, a little bit more, a little more confidence in me, guys. Come on. 30, a little lower. Lower than 30. 23. 5. 7. All right, we're coming in here. That's right. So I got 27% on the midterm to this class, which is just an epic fail. And this taught me a lot of things. The main thing that it taught me is that I wasn't even trying. I was watching the teacher do the problems on the board. I thought I had it under control, but I didn't. And this meant that I needed to get my act in gear, and I needed to try a little bit harder. So I asked some friends for help. They helped get me through the class. I ended up passing. They helped me throughout the rest of the course, and I ended up finishing in the top 5% of graduates for that diploma, which I think was pretty good considering how things started at the beginning. So after I finished computer engineering, I decided to take electronics engineering because I wanted to do more techie things. And I took that class for a year. So after a year, can anybody guess what happened? Yell! No, I didn't fail. I didn't fail. Faith, come on! Anyone else? Someone over here. Anybody guess what happened after a year? I made a thing out of wood. That came later. I dropped out. Okay, watch your heads. I dropped out. I figured that electronics engineering wasn't for me. I didn't really like it, and I wanted to go and do something else, which meant I was going to go and get a job. So I worked for the next 10 years as a ATM technician. I worked on pharmaceutical equipment, on security systems, on parking systems, on all kinds of stuff. I pretty much spent the next 10 years playing with drugs and money, but, you know, legally. So I worked that job for 10 years, and then after 10 years, can anybody guess what happened? What? I quit my job. Well, actually, I didn't quit. I resigned, which is kind of the nice way of saying quitting, where you give like 2 weeks notice and let them know that you're going to leave. So yeah, I quit my job. I wanted to go and do something else. So I went to go and work for a local credit union. I thought I should wear a suit and tie every day because that was going to be a good idea. And I spent the next 5 years at the credit union. I managed a small team in the IT department. And then I was put in charge of all of the technology that came in and out of the credit union. So think computers, laptops, cell phones, monitors, everything that had like a little blinky light and that somebody touched. And also think about work from home and laptops and pandemic. So I was in charge of like, we need 500 laptops tomorrow, which was fun. That was neat. So I worked there for 5 years. And can anybody guess what happened then? No, I didn't quit. I got fired. Yes. I got fired. So I walked in one day, I saw my boss and I saw HR and they said, hey, guess what? Clean out your desk, there's the door, and we'll see you later. So it was at that point that I decided to put everything into myself, into my business, and to do the things that I finally felt like I should always do, which was be an artist, be a maker, be a creator, put content out on YouTube, and spend all day in my shop behind a secret door. So why have I told you all of this? Like, what does this matter? That failure is okay. That's right. Yeah, I want sympathy. That's absolutely right. So I've told you this because you don't always know where you're going to end up where you start. You don't know what path you're going to take, and you don't know what's going to happen along the way. And without all of those things happening, I wouldn't be standing up here on this stage today. So it means that you need to find your passions. You need to find the things that make you happy. And with that, I truly feel like you're going to find success. It doesn't mean it needs to be your 9-to-5 job, like that you're going to spend every day making cakes like we saw up here before, or spending all day in a wood shop. But it could be something that you're doing in the evenings, on the weekends, just to make you happy. But you are going to make mistakes, all right? You are going to fail. It is going to happen, and I'm sorry if I'm the first person to ever tell you this. You can, I don't know, hate me for it later. But it's going to happen. But that's okay. All right, because failure is okay. And why is failure okay? I want someone over here. I say that because I fail so many times, so to make myself feel better about failure, that I'm saying it's okay. I like that. That's pretty good. Because you learn from your failures. That was the answer I was going. He's not even paying attention. There's more. There's more coming. That's right. You learn. You learn from your failures, and you're going to learn so much more from your failures than you are from your successes. Your failures are going to stick with you, all right? And that's why it's okay to fail. So how many of you play sports? We are very excited today. I like this. Not you, no? Like an instrument, like band or something? Nothing. Video games. There we go. Okay. So when you're doing a sport, when you're playing an instrument, when you're playing video games, when you're doing any of that stuff, do you practice? Or do you do it one time, think you got it right, and then give up until the end? No. You're out there, you're practicing every day, you're doing all that. So why do we practice? To get better, right? Does practice make perfect? No, it doesn't. But practice makes improvement, right? So without practice, you can't improve. And without failure, you're not going to know what you need to improve on. You need to know what you're not good at so that you can practice it, so that you can get better at it, right? So the things that I showed you guys a few minutes ago, how many of those do you think were 100% perfect? None. Yeah, you guys, we're just, everybody's incoming. That's right, none, zero. All of them had an error, an issue, a problem, something like that. Some fell apart completely, and some I was able to fix. Do you guys want to see a few of those? A few? All right.
Language.
Okay, so here's the idea so far. We're going to have panel. Ow. Do we see a problem? Do we See a problem. I cut from the wrong side, so the holes don't line up. Now I have to fix it. So guess what's in here? Yeah. That's our center line, and that's our gap. It just broke. I just broke it. Fail. I made a subpar box. It opens itself. Superb. Oh! We have a problem. So that happened. Oh, so there we go. So there's some of the things, some of the smaller things that I've failed on and made mistakes on. I make mistakes in the shop every day, whether it's I don't know how to measure right, I don't know what side of the wood to cut from, and it's just a matter of trying to succeed and do your best. You know, sometimes I fail, sometimes I give up. I have a few projects that I have set to the side that I haven't touched in years. Will I ever get back to them? Maybe, but possibly not. But there is something out there that is worse than failure. You know what's worse than failure. Giving up? I give up. Not trying. That's right. Not even trying is worse than failure, because if you don't even try, then you're never going to know. Oh man, careful. Watch out. You're not going to know if you can find something that you're actually passionate about. And if you're not willing to try, if you're not willing to, get up on stage and see if you can do it, then you could be missing out on some really big opportunities in life and figuring out something that you never knew you wanted to do. So with that, who wants to play Jenga? Okay, you 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, sure. Man, it's like, this one's like twisted. It's like corkscrewed all the way up. Oh, the trick is to take the bottom ones and make it the least stable possible, right? Absolutely. There we go. Oh, you can't hold it. You can't stabilize it. No. Oh, no. Oh, you guys got on steel-toed boots? No? No, I'm stepping back. Oh, hey, man, they're like safety Crocs, right? 100%. There we go. Oh, no. Man, look at that one wobble. Oh, no. I want to know what you guys learned from coming up here and playing Jenga. I want to know some of the things that you guys learned. You learned nothing. Okay, give the candy back. That it was fun? Yeah? Jenga's hard? Have you played it before? Yeah? You just did, so your first time, so it was hard. Do you think the next time you play it might be easier? Because, maybe you practiced? See what happened there? Anyone else? What did you learn? What did you learn? You can't succeed if you don't try. That's right. What about remembering? What about anybody that knocked over the Jenga set? Is that something that you guys think you might remember, tonight, tomorrow, next week, that you came up on stage and you pulled that brick out and it fell over? Yeah, you're going to remember, right? Because we're going to remember our failures more than our successes. And that's not a bad thing, because we're going to learn from those failures and learn how to do it better next time. And we need to remember that we all start at zero, all right? None of us come in having any knowledge, any experience. The first time you pick up a hammer is the first time you pick up a hammer. The first time that you play a video game, it's the very first time. So the same goes with online, with social media. We all start at 0 followers, right? So I want you guys to remember that you shouldn't be comparing where you're starting and where your beginning is to somebody else who is maybe 20 years in, to whether it's folks here in a trade or it's a friend. You all start and you all go down your own path and your own journey to get where you want to be. And lastly, I want you guys just to really remember that failure is not the opposite of success. That failure is a part of success. All right, so don't be afraid to try. Don't be afraid to do something new that you've never done before, because you might find out that you really like it. And I know he's gonna go home and build a giant Jenga in conquer the world, right? So thank you very much. My name is Hugh. There's some social media stuff up there if you want to check it out. All right, thanks, guys. Watch out! Watch out! I'm coming at. Oh no!